All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Boston Scott, his first carry. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, 30, the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Boston Scott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Oh, nice move. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. 11. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
12. 11.
Garoppolo now. And this is going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. This is Scarborough. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Jackson. And able to find Dorsett. And out across midfield down to the 45. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Caught right side, Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Boston Scott with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts are in for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Fournette, a first down carry. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold to add the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Ebron called left side. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
No, check, Patriot!
On 2nd down now, Scott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Jackson from the shotgun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. first connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Jackson on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play that time for the Colts. 57 yards.
Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hot.
Now Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
He'll get it up the middle. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. In for the score. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
120. 180.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Play action. Now Jackson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And now running right through it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go now. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And bulldozing his way through. A nice gain of 21 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
On 2nd down, Scott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3:19.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Ebron's got it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check. Like 80. 180.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Like 80. 180.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And the Titans really stretching things out now as they've scored again. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Now let's go. 3:19.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now the try here for the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go. $180. 11.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Niners on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever.
Black 80. 180. 11. 12. 13.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now here's a timeout, as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He gets it to Brown. Complete. So we hit halftime here. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On first down, Scott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
Now Jackson on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, he tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! 48 Mike! Man, I got you! Man, I got you! Hot!
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down. Scott, and that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39! No, check! Patriot! Patriot! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They go again with Scott, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Colts on third down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Blue 90! Blue 90! Check 43!
They'll run with Scott. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Hot! Hot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Leopard! Leopard!
We got three, fellas, we got three. Check 13.
They run. This is Scarborough. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Colts on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Four down. Here we go. Black 80! 11. 12.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it up. Here this time to the 21.
Like 80! 180! 11, 11. Yes!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo going deep here for Bryant. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hook. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start things on first down with Bo Scarborough. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because, for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
Now Scarborough. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Colts on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. A first throw for the backup Kessler. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They were looking the way of Decker that time. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319. 52. All day, dog. Switch. Detroit. 52's the mic. Gun. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Detroit!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Go to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Set! 319! 319! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Off the toss, Cohen. And some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Now let's go. 3-19.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw is Magoo. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Hey, 4 down. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun.
Here's Magoo looking to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Martavis Bryant, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold to add the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Gold now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try again with Scarborough, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Colts send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's taking it around the 40. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
4 down. Check.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.